Hi, welcome back to Blog Fix Friday. I'm Abby and I blog over at You Baby Me Mummy, and I help people make the best out of their blogs, and if they choose to, try and make it their business, which I believe everyone can do if they work hard enough. So Blog Fix Friday is my quick Friday vlog where I share a tip or a trick that will hopefully make your blogging life easier. Now, I haven't prepared today, but I do know that I want to, I'm running a productivity challenge, and I was helping people with scheduling and automation and things, and one thing that came up was the frequency of scheduling, and I thought what might be useful is just to do a little walkthrough of what I do with a post. And also I've got my Mac here, as long as it's not gone to sleep. I'm going to try, and I know it's comes out reversed, doesn't it, but I wanted to show you how easy it is to schedule using a couple of things that I use, and I might then go on and do a proper screen share video showing it the right way around for you guys, but I thought I'd just give you a quick overview of what I do with a post. So it's kind of like promotion and scheduling all rolled into one, so I hope that's okay. So I always schedule my posts, so start from the beginning, or it would be my WordPress dashboard, and I would go over to the side, and there's the schedule button over there where my cursor is, and I would schedule my post in there. I very rarely post immediately. I always schedule for, even if it's just the next day, very rarely, unless it's one that's gone for approval, and then I might just post it, but it's been a draft for a while anyway if it's gone for approval. So that's the first thing I do, and that automatically goes into my RSS feed. Now I send out an RSS, which is just, an RSS feed is just all of the stuff that goes onto your blog, so it's just all of the posts that come out. So you can send that to people daily, or you can send it to them every week in like a bundle of email, you know, one email with all the posts on it, which is what I do. So when you schedule something and it goes live, it automatically goes into that RSS. So you might as well set up an RSS newsletter feed, just so at least you're making some contact with the people on your mailing list. And they might have missed a few posts, and it just makes it easier for them to pop back and find the post they're looking for. I have got a post on how to set up an RSS feed, so I'll link that into this video. It takes 5 minutes if you're on MailChimp or any of the other. I'm on ConvertKit now, but I was on MailChimp, and it literally takes 5 minutes. So that's the first thing I do, and then I will go into my spreadsheet, which again is going to be a bit tricky for you to see, but hopefully you can see it enough to know what I'm talking about. So I'm going to hold it up. So I have this Excel spreadsheet with the date, the post title, the URL, which is the short code, and then a few columns at the end, which are, for me, is like, has it been scheduled to Facebook, has it been scheduled to Twitter over here, and I put ticks. If it hasn't been scheduled, if I got anything that hasn't, let me go down to the bottom, you can see that the bottom there, it's all grey because it's been scheduled on my WordPress, but see the yellow highlighted bit? That's what I automatically do as soon as I schedule a post on my WordPress. I highlight the scheduling so I know that I've still got to schedule it on Twitter and Facebook. So I only use Twitter and Facebook on there, because Pinterest I do schedule, but it's a bit different because it's probably one or two posts a week of mine that are pinnable. So I don't pin everything, so I don't put that on. So when I've scheduled, that yellow highlight will disappear, and the Y's that you can probably see if I go really close, they'll go in its place. So it's just copy and paste, and then I go ahead, like you can see down there's some stuff that isn't highlighted in grey, and that's, I fill this in as soon as I can. As soon as I've got time, I'll just add more rows, and I'll kind of use it as a double editorial calendar, so that I can see, then I can look at my editorial calendar on my blog, but I can also look at it here and see where I'm up to with being able to use highlights and stuff, which is helpful for me. This is also really helpful, this document, for if you want to then say, quite often people kindly say to me, oh, Abby wrote a post about Twitter or something. So I can literally just go into here, go up to find, you know, if you're familiar with numbers or Excel spreadsheets, you go up to edit, go find, go down to there, put in Twitter, go, and it'll find you, it'll highlight your the post that you've written on Twitter on this spreadsheet, so you can just copy and paste. It's much quicker than going into your blog and finding the short code and that kind of thing. So I'm just gonna grab a drink. It's really hot in here today, and I've got to have my lights on because I live in a cave. So so that's what I do, and I really recommend. When I started the spreadsheet, I kind of started it thinking maybe it will be useful, maybe it won't, but it has actually been. I started it way back in, let me find out, in the 9th of April 2014. So I started it 6 months into my blog, and it's been so useful. Normally I schedule Facebook first, so I'm sure you all know how to schedule within Facebook. The best thing to do for scheduling your posts on Facebook is to schedule them within Facebook. So as you can see, if you just go into your post and type out some random things and put your link in, if the link's not live yet, just wait for it to load up and say link page not found, click that away so that it's gone, then upload your photo separately, and then you can still schedule, and it will be fine, because when it goes live, your post will have gone live on your blog. So I schedule mine for 8 o'clock in the morning, and my posts go live at just after midnight. So if I schedule them the day before, it will say post not, you know, not there, but it will be. And then all you do is click beside publish, there's a little arrow that drops down and it says schedule. You go in there and schedule it. So I schedule all my posts just once on Facebook. What I need to start doing when I have a bit more time is to go in and schedule older ones. So what I'd suggest you do is find out what happened this time last year, and go in, find that post, and if it's evergreen and it still has value, then schedule that one again as well. So you're scheduling one current one and the one from a year ago. But before you schedule it, just give it a little bit of a content refresh, make sure it's still okay, add anything in, and then re-push it out. So that would be a good, you could even do 6 months in a year, or just so that you're also making sure you go back to your archives and making sure that they're still relevant. Then I go into Social Oomph. So I pay for, this is what Social Oomph looks like. So I pay for Twitter Unlimited, and it costs me about I think it might be $5 or $6 a fortnight, but that's nothing, is it really, to save hours? And it literally saves hours. So all I do there is I go into, you can just do a text update, but the next one across is, can you see, is image and post. So I go into that one. You can choose your image to upload. I know this is the wrong way around, but all I want to do is show you the trick of not having to type out your content. So if you've got evergreen content, just type it into the box, and then it says publish on this start date there where my cursor is, and then you can go down underneath it, and it says recurringly publish the update at a specific frequency. So then you can say I want it to go every 8 hours, and then under there it says maximum recurrences, sorry. So you can put a 0 in that box, which means that post will go out every 8 hours or whatever you choose forever. So you will never have to put that back in again, which I think is amazing. I don't think there's another one that does that. There's another schedule that just does it forever. So that literally is a game changer and saves so much time. So I'm aware this video is going on because I'm rambling, but scheduling is so important. And so I schedule once on Facebook. If it's an evergreen post, it might come up again at some point, and it should come up again. And then I schedule every post of my personal post to go 20 times on Twitter once every 8 hours, and then they drop off. And what I should do is have a spreadsheet then that I go back in, and when they've dropped off I put them onto a bigger frequency, so I put them onto once every couple of days or something, and that would be really, really beneficial and really productive, that they stay in my system. But that's just a bit of organisation that I need to do. Then what I would do is, so they're on Facebook, they're on Twitter, they're on my blog, and then I'd go in, and if they're relevant I would pin them. So I'd go in and pin them, and then I go into the pin. Basically what you can do is you can pin to one post to 7 different boards if you want, or 8 different boards, as long as they're all relevant, in one go, and SmartFeed will make sure it doesn't duplicate 7 times. So if you have a post for your blog post, your blog board, go in and pin it to that one. Then where it says, you know, see it now, go into the see it now, find the pin, repin it again to a different board, and then at the bottom it says you know it's been posted on that board. Click that, go into find the pin again, repin it again. So all you're doing is you're finding where it last was, and then don't do it from the first post and keep on pinning it out, because it won't work the same. So go into where the new place is that you've pinned it to, the new board, and repin it. And you can do that to as many places as relevant. And then what I do is I go, okay, I'm going to put it into Board Booster, which is a scheduler. I put it into a secret board on Board Booster that then pulls it out and pins it regularly for me. And then I also put it into Tailwind Tribes, which is another thing that I'm in. So Tailwind's a scheduling app, a scheduling program, but you can join with other bloggers and set up a tribe of a certain specific niche and use that. So I'll put, if it's a blogging tips one, I'm in 2 blogging tribes, and then those people will pin that post for me, and in return I'll pin it for them. So that, I don't share blog posts on Instagram, because for me it's a separate thing, but you could do. I think that you should be wary and not use Instagram as completely promotional, but you can put a picture and say, you know, I'm over on the blog today talking about whatever, link in profile, and change the link every time you're going to do that, so that they go directly to the post that you're trying to get them to go to. And that's basically what I do with some promotion. I'm aware this is the longest video I've done for Blog Fix Friday, so I'm going to go. But if you've got any questions, leave them in the comments and I'll try and respond to them. If you want to ask a question for Blog Fix Friday, then let me know and I will answer it in a future week. So this has been Blog Fix Friday. I've been Abby from You Baby Me Mummy, and I'll see you soon. Bye.